Hello, it's Patrick Francisco coming to you from Elevate Your Perspective for Zola Distributing. Coming to you today to talk about turbo squeegees. Been getting a lot of questions through email and over the phone about the differences in the types of turbo squeegees that we sell. So I thought I'd shoot a quick video and just let you know. Essentially, there are two distinctly different types of turbo squeegees. You would have your traditional turbo, which would come with a handle or without a handle, but tends to have this same similar shape. And then there's also the power stroke squeegees, which a lot of people use as well. Same basic premise behind the different squeegees, but I wanted to just go through the different durometers and why you would use one versus another. So we're just going to get started with this squeegee right here. It's a black turbo. This squeegee should be used primarily for cleaning or maybe doing an initial smoothing pass on films. It's very soft. It does not push a lot of water out, but again, it can be used for doing some just basic smoothing of a window film, but primarily should be used for cleaning only. The first main turbo squeegee to be used for installing window film would be one I'm sure most of you are familiar with, which would be the yellow turbo. It's a good medium durometer squeegee, pushes a decent amount of water, very good for dyed films and more traditional films. On some of the films that would be metal or ceramic, it tends to be a little soft and doesn't get enough of the water pushed out. So the next two squeegees we're going to talk about in the turbo lineup would be specific to the metal films or ceramic films. And the first of those, there's actually two different types. This is the Red Baron. It's been around for a number of years. There's also one that is an orange turbo. The orange and the red are very similar. They're slightly stiffer than the yellow turbo. And what they're made for is to, again, push out more water in a metal film or a ceramic film. They're with a little bit stiffer blade. It just gives you a little bit more leverage to get that extra water out from behind those thicker films. And a lot of people really like these. On dyed films, they might be a little bit stiff. I mean, they may actually be a little bit more than you need on a dyed film, but very good for metal or ceramic. And finally, you have the blue, which the blue is very similar to the orange or the Red Baron. Some people like this squeegee. It's been around for a long time. It's kind of made of the same material as the Blue Max that clips into the handle. And a lot of people like the way that it slides over the material, but again, a little bit stiffer than the yellow turbo, and primarily for the thicker films or the metal, the ceramic films that you would want to push a little bit more water. Now, another line of squeegees that some people utilize is the power stroke squeegees. These have a very ergonomic design for holding them in your hands. They measure about 5 inches tip to tip, and they come in a variety of durometers as well. A yellow one that's very flexible. Again, maybe a good laydown squeegee for dyed films, but very soft. Middle durometer, which would be the red, would be a good overall squeegee for dyed films and maybe some metal films as well. Very similar to a yellow turbo in its performance, but again, a little bit more ergonomic design. Some people like the way that they can hold these in your hands. It's a really nice gripping area. Finally, it also comes in a blue. This is very stiff, actually stiffer than even the orange, red, or blue. And again, this could be used for really applying pressure to a thick film. In my opinion, it almost feels so stiff that I would almost be concerned. It's almost on the edge of like using a hard card, like a Teflon card. It's so stiff on the edge. So it almost gets so stiff that it gets outside of the turbo type family. But again, wanted to make sure you guys understood the differences in these and how you might use them, why you might use one versus another. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please send me an email at info@zoladist.com. We'd be happy to answer those for you. Hope you guys are well. Hope the summer's off to a good start for you, and I'll talk to you soon.